While the very beginning of this video screams 80s metal, I want to start off by talking about two unusual things in this music video. The first one is that normally in a metal video you will always see the band playing, but in this one you don't. You only see the lead singer / guitarist and then two more guitarists appear towards the end of the video, but you never see the entire band playing, which is rather unusual. The other unusual thing is seeing another artist, in this case Alice Cooper. I found this weird because it's not until you get 90s hip-hop videos and beyond that you see other artists appearing in videos of other artists. But in this one they featured a clip of Alice Cooper because No More Mr. Nice Guy was originally his song and Megadeth just did a cover. The rest of the video is made up of a bunch of scenes and I can categorise them into three ways. The first set of scenes are stock footage. The second set are a poorly acted set of scenes showing the lead singer growing up. And the third set come from a movie. The use of stock footage confuses me, to be honest. I really don't see why they showed the nuclear explosion. I suppose it reflects the thinking of the time, the general thinking. At the time there was an awful lot of heated aggression between the USA and the Soviet Union. Not so much in 1989 though, so I think that's what increases my confusion as to why they used this image, as well as a bunch of other stock footage images. They used a bunch of images that showed bad things in the world, riots and so on, although they flashed by so quickly. The poorly acted scenes of growing up, it's very, very typical, you know. At first you start off all innocent and you're playing as a child and so on, and then you realise the darker side of the world around you, and this is no better illustrated than by seeing a teenage Dave, I think his name is, watching TV and seeing a bunch of skulls. A more artsy way of showing that he becomes a lot more aware of death and the injustice in the world. As for the movie scenes, they're from the film Shocker, which I'd never heard of. I had to research this to find this out. So the cover was specifically done for this film, and so you get the images from the film as well as the crossed images of being electrocuted at the chair. That's a key motif of the movie, and then they kind of bring it over into the music video, yet not so much. Again, confusion. They didn't seem to quite know what to do with it. Since this is a soundtrack music video, I'm then given a dilemma. What category does it go into? I'm going to have to say the cop-out. There is no thought that's gone into this video whatsoever, and there's little thought into how to incorporate the images, so you almost can't tell they're from a movie, to be honest. So as for the general score of this video, while the editing is very bog standard, I also find the images bog standard. They're confused, they don't always relate to each other. I certainly don't see why watching someone go through a transition from innocent child to cynical, rebellious teenager has anything to do with a murderer who gets electrocuted and then manages to survive and possesses other people through electricity and continues his murdering spree. I'm not kidding you here. That is the plot of the movie. Again, I had to look that up. And while the music video doesn't give this away in any way, you can tell that the images of being electrocuted and a ghost girl do not go with someone's rebellious upbringing in any way, as well as the confusing use of the stock footage showing bad things in the world in general. Yeah, the world's bad, we know, but I think you can hear for yourselves how confused I am by this video. So, considering how confusing this entire mess is, I'm going to have to give it a 2. Very lazy, but at the same time, not a bad video.